What is going on, guys? It is Maskman here, and today is a very interesting video that I'm going to make for you guys. So I'm going to give a little bit of backstory to it, and start off with that backstory, because my talking makes sense right now. So, I've been doing a lot of thinking recently, because, as you guys know, I launched a new channel for making Law and Legislative videos, and I decided to change up this channel to where its main focus was going to be making a variety of videos, because I've noticed that my viewership has fallen over the past while, and so I want to do something to try and gain the viewership back and try and bring everyone back and make content that people will watch. But I've hit a bit of a problem, and that is that now that I'm making videos every day that are typically different videos from, instead of playing one game for like a month, I was playing a new game every single day, or playing 3 or 4 new games a week, pretty much is what I was doing. But I came across a problem, and it was a small problem at first, but it became to grow into a big problem in that I was running out of games that I wanted to play. And so I was looking around finding games that people wanted me to play. And then I realized that I had no interest in those games, and I've trashed a few recordings now of games where I tried to play them, but I just had no interest in them, so the commentary was bland and bad, and the video itself was just bad, so I had to just trash it and move on, which is a horrible feeling of having to do, and I never used to have to do that before, but now I've started to do that a lot recently, where I'll record something, and while I'm recording it or afterwards, I'll be like, no, that was shit, I can't put that out, because I don't want to put out something that is genuinely bad in itself. Because if it's a bad game and you're able to laugh about it and make jokes about it, then that's fine. But if it's a game that's good or okay, but it doesn't interest you, so you just don't have anything to say, then that's completely different, to where it's just going to be a bad video in general. And that's what I was making for a little bit, and I said, no, I'm not going to put this out. And so now here I am looking at a list of games that I wanted to play and tried to play but have no interest, or it wasn't interesting, and blah blah blah, and here I am in my little predicament of, what am I gonna do? And so after some very hard, careful thinking, I'm gonna be out of town this week starting Tuesday until Sunday, so I've decided that this week I'm going to not release anything. This week is gonna be my week off. I'm gonna take a break, I'm gonna relax. And starting the week after that, starting on Monday the 27th, when I'm back, I'm going to be reverting to old ways in a way. I'm going to be focusing on making things I want, and not focusing on the numbers. I've always told myself that I'm not going to let the numbers get to me. That was always my promise, is that this is mainly a hobby of Let's Playing, and I'm going to keep it a hobby. I'm not going to make myself focus on becoming the next PewDiePie or Markiplier or Cry or so on and so forth. I've always said, if something happens that way, then fine. But I'm not going to force myself to change what I do and change my ways to try and become one of them. But I found myself trying to do that. And that's where I found myself in my position now of, I'm trying to force myself to play popular games that people want to see, instead of playing the games that I want, and holding back to where I play the game I want like once a week or twice, and then all the other 5 videos are just me forcing myself to play something else. And I don't like that. So I'm taking a week off, and I'm going to come back, and there's going to be multiple things. Number one, there's going to be, I'm not going to force myself to release weekly videos. It'll be kind of like this week, where it was only Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's going to be more like that, and then Saturday Road Trip, and then if there's a Loot Crate or something special on Sundays, then I'll put those out. But I'm not going to focus on Tuesdays and Thursdays, unless I decide to play a big game, and I'll start big Let's Plays up on here again. And I'll still be doing streams when I can, but those aren't going to be focused on having one a day either as well. Those are going to be whenever it's out, that's when it's out. So just keep note of that. That channel's not going to be regularly maintained. I'm going to try and cut back my schedule so that I can focus on the things I want to do, not just Let's Play wise, but I have bigger plans. Like, you guys remember Nostalgia Trip, I'm trying to push that out, and so I'm going to try and focus on making that and other projects I have going on because I like making things that I can be creative on and be productive on. Because while I like my Let's Plays and I'll be like, oh, that was a good video, I like being able to make something that I spent days on, and when I see it, I go, that was great, and I can appreciate putting the work into it. That's the kind of stuff I want to do, and that's what I'm going to push for in the future. So Let's Plays are still going to be a thing, as I always say. They're just going to be not as time-consuming and as forced as before. I'm going to play games that I myself want to play and know I will enjoy, so those are going to be things that come out now. And before I ramble on, I'm going to try and sum everything up, make sure I got everything out, because I didn't make any kind of outline or script like I usually do in these updates. I just wanted to make something quick for you guys. Well, quick, it's been like 6 minutes. But I just wanted to make something for you guys to explain. I'm going to be gone for a week, and when I come back, it's going to go back to old things. I'm going to make hardcore Let's Plays again, because I really like those. Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming out, so I'm going to try and make some online videos of that, like I'm supposed to be doing for this last week on Friday. If the game worked correctly when it launched, then you'll see that video come out, but if not, I have no idea what's there then. So here's hoping there's something there. But yeah, I'm going to be focusing on making the things that I want to make and not trying to force myself to play other things. Does that sound good? That sounds good to me. So yeah, so Let's Plays gonna be things I want to make, things I really want to make, and I'm going to be focusing on making new big things, and I'll give you updates on that when those are starting to come to fruition. So I'm going to stop my rambling now, and I'll see you guys next time. But until then, this has been Maskman, logging off.